Okay, this is an introduction to metric steps, doing metric conversions. It could be from capacities of mass, capacities of liquid. I'm going to show you the steps that I like to teach. So over here we have this, I didn't invent this. There are different versions of this going around, but this is what I use. So if you can memorize the sentence, King Henry died Monday drinking chocolate milk. We're going to use that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to make 7 steps. So we'll start with that. This is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to use the first letter for these for the metric steps. So we're going to start with King Henry died. And then I'm going to put this one down here because this is actually unit. So I'm going to put the word unit up here. It'll make sense in a minute. And we're going to put Monday drinking chocolate milk. Okay, so the reason we did that is because there's 3 different units. So there can be M for meter, L for liter, and G for gram. So I'm going to actually write that there. So we're going to do meter, liter, and gram. So that's going to come into play in a minute. So I'm going to get a different color marker so that things stand out a little bit more. And I'm not going to write king, I'm going to write kilo for kilogram. So kilo means 1,000. Okay, we've got a hecto. So we have deca. And then over here it's going to be either meter, liter, or gram. And then we have deci. And we have centi. And we have milli. So starting with the units of length. So we have kilometer, hectometer, decameter, meter, decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use that in a second. Okay, so when we are going to the right, we're multiplying. And when we're going to the left, we're dividing. So suppose I grab a different marker here. We'll grab red. Suppose I wanted to turn 3 meters into, let's say, centimeters. Okay, let me put a little equal sign there. Alright, so we're going from meters to centimeters, so we're going to the right. So if we got the number 3, I need a decimal point to work with. But if I start out with a decimal point, it still has to be 3. So if I put the decimal point here or here, it makes a difference. So if I want it to still be 3, it has to be on the right side because that is the ones place. So that's 3 right there. And from meter to centimeter, I have to go over 2 spaces. 1, 2. Okay? 1, 2. Now the decimal point's going to be there. I have to stick zeros there. So 3 meters is equals to 300 centimeters. Alright, now going backwards. To help us with going backwards, I'm going to put some numbers up here to go with these. And students should learn how to make one of these quickly in case, you know, when you're taking a test, you can't bring little cheat sheets with you, but they give you scratch paper to make your own notes. You're allowed to do this. You just have to do it after the test starts. You can't do it beforehand. So I'm going to use black for numbers to put up here. So we got 1. Then from 1 it turns to 10. So 1 kilometer is equals to 10 hectometers, which is equals to 100 decameters, or 1,000 meters. Following so far? Then it's just going to keep going. So we're going to add another 0, so it's going to be 10,000. And then it's going to be 100,000. And last but not least, it's going to be a million milliliters. So 1 kilometer is 100 millimeters. I mean, a million millimeters. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to get a different color marker. I'm going to start out with a 1 for the meters. Okay, and then we're to the decimal point. When we go up, we'll move over one spot. So over here, it'll be, let me see, maybe it'll be better here. I'll put the 1 there instead. Okay. Then over here, it's going to be 0.1, 1/10. Over here, it will be 1/100th. Okay. And over here, it'll be 1/1000th. Okay, because we're going to the left, the decimal point is going to the left, that's dividing. Going to the right, we're multiplying, so it goes from 1 to 10 to 100 to 1000. So, the red and the black, we did the same thing. We multiplied going to the right, we divided going to the left. So we're going to do a couple more examples. Now let's change 7 deciliters to liters. So 7 deciliters, which I've never used that before, but we're learning how to do it. So to just liters. All right. So we're going from 7 to 7 deciliters. So deciliters to liters, you're going up 1 space. So there's, if I start out with a decimal point, the decimal point would have to be on the right side so that it's still 7. So, but if I'm going to liters to the left, I have to move the decimal point over. So it's going to be decimal 7/7. Okay. Do another one. Let's do, we'll go from kilometers to meters. Okay, so we're going to do 15 kilometers to blank meters. So, when we're going to the right, are we multiplying or are we dividing? We're multiplying. That means that number is going to get bigger. So, we would have the 15 there for kilometers, and then for every space over, we have to add a 0. So the decimal point moves over 1 place. So here we go. So we got 1, 2, 3. We're moving over 3 spaces. So if I have my invisible decimal point right there and I'm going over 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, I have to put zeros there and a comma. So it's 15,000 meters. Now this is going to take some practice. You can practice, and if you can go online, you can type liters to milliliters or whatever, and a conversion thing will come up, and you can check your answers. Only do that to check your answers. You really need to learn how to do this. I hope this helps.